Welcome back everyone here at Tuning Dutchy. Now, as I spoke yesterday about the head gasket of the Chevrolet Matisse, now I definitely can confirm that the head gasket is broken. Um, I don't know how this was happening, but you guys will see that later on. Well, maybe in some days, maybe in some weeks. We have to see, because I didn't have finished that video yet. But I can definitely confirm that the head gasket, I mean, it's broken. Now, my head gasket is partially, it's well, what it is actually, I don't know. It's not metal, of course. It's that weak stuff. Um, but by the pistons itself, there's a ring. I have 3 cylinders, so that means 3 metal rings. Now, between the metal ring and that, well, kind of weird stuff, as said, what the gasket material is, um, I mean, between that was too much space. That was exactly the reason why the coolant could enter the oil and suddenly the combustion chamber. That's also why everything on the car was smoking, and the smoke that the Chevrolet Matisse was producing was way more than the Daewoo Matisse had with its broken head, as said, actually. So, what I want to tell you guys here is what happened exactly yesterday, so you guys can get a little vision what's going on and what happened. So the thing is, yesterday I was working on the car, of course, with that good German friend of mine, and he was supporting me a little bit, making some pictures and also some video recording, just like I do now, but then on his own phone for his own people that I'm also known with. So the thing is, of course, the head gasket should be replaced. So that's obviously done, because the head gasket, what was on there, it's broken. I mean, it's also broken in an uncommon way, and I will show you that very soon. Well, show you very soon. I can't show that because I don't have a head gasket over here. It's on the car already, but the thing is, wait a second, maybe I can. Maybe I can. It's a little bit different, but maybe I can. As you can see, so this is how my head gasket looks like. And the thing is, all this material is actually what you guys can see in the picture. That's actually the material. It's normal stuff. And on the 3 piston rings, as you guys of pistons holes, you can see there's a little tiny metal ring in each section. Between that metal ring and the normal material, there was too much space. Now it was definitely black. Don't know why, but I think or too much pressure from the supercharger. I mean, anyways, it was broken, so we had to renew it, and that's also what we have done, of course. Thing is, actually, since I have that replaced, my car was smoking on all kinds of sides, from the exhaust, from the coolant reservoir, also how do you call it again? Damn. Also from the throttle body came out smoke. So I don't know what was going on there. Why was it smoking exactly? But I think that there was still some coolant in the system left, which yet entered the combustion. Yeah, well, not yeah, maybe partially combustion chamber, but mainly actually it entered the oil pan. And that's exactly why I need a new oil filter again and some oil, but that's normally because actually this was a flush and should be renewed again. So after we've done that, I made the valve screw settings, so the adjustments, completely undone. So, I mean, I knew that I had to do one time the valve adjustment. I mean, that has to be done with every kind of car, and so on mine. So that's what I have done as well. But it was not going without issues. Let me say that. The problem is, in the beginning, my car was very stable and everything was fine. Yes, there was a little bit of smoke, but besides smoke, nothing was going on. No weird stuff, no leaks or whatever. So we leave that actually be and let the car run. Packed out actually pretty positive. Um, Now the thing is, we have actually going through the steps. What could have gone wrong? Is this gasket also bad? No. Is it not? Is it maybe? So there were a lot of questions. I asked my best friend, that German friend, and he asked me. Now, should the gasket be broken? No, definitely not, because it was brand new. So I knew the oil could not enter the coolant system, and coolant could not enter the oil system. The only thing that could be possible, which I think was in this case true, is that there was still coolant in the oil in the system. As said, there was still some in the system left, and that has been already burned yet. So later on that day, and well, probably the evening, we made 2 test drives. One of them failed, the last one succeeded. Thing is, everything went fine. The complete adjustment was correct. It was the biggest repair I actually got yet. Never did such a huge repair. Yes, I did. So I did actually already replace the gasket from my other car, so the Deo Matis. But that did not undone all valves. So the intake valves and the exhaust valves. Now they don't differ actually from the Deo Matis. They're exactly the same. I also, it's the same engine sort. So I knew I could actually, well, repeat the steps from the Deo Matis, and that's what I've done. Packed out very good, was perfect, no problem at all. But then again, we made a test drive, and in the beginning everything went fine. Supercharger was running pretty smoothly because I tightened up the serpentine belt. Was going very smooth without problems. So the supercharger was not an issue at all in the complete video. But the thing is, after a kilometer or two, so maybe in half a mile, we heard some ticking sound. And I was looking at him, and he was looking at me from, what is this? What is that sound? So, it didn't took a long time, and my engine light was flashing this time. So I knew I had a new error in the system. I looked it up. Luckily, I had the phone. That was the only time that I had the phone with me, and also the only time when I had my phone to check it out, because the rest of the time my phone was pretty much empty. By using the flashlight, searching some videos, and also other information. So the thing is, I was checking at the error code scanner, and I have seen some misfires. Misfire at multiple cylinders. So I was thinking, wait a second, what's going on here? And suddenly, I had only 2 cylinders left, where I was driving with. We had some music on, so we were definitely enjoying the trip. So we decreased from 3 cylinders to 2 cylinders. So we were exactly thinking, what is going on? The gasket is good. There was no smoke. The engine was pretty healthy. It wasn't weird at all. So there was only one thing that I could think of. The valve adjustment screw. That was the only thing I could imagine. We stopped, luckily not far from that point where I got the misfire codes. We stopped at a little parking spot. We were looking around, and the ticking sound in the engine was so huge. And I said to my best friend, I said, this is definitely a rocker arm that has too much play. And yes, it did. It had maybe 4 centimeters play instead of 4 thousandths of a millimeter. That's an extreme difference where you can destroy your engine with. So the exhaust valve was not opening anymore. That was causing the valve, the rocker arm. The rocker arm was moving, but the valve wasn't moving anymore. What was happening here is, I think personally, when I was adjusting the valves, you have definitely the screws and the flathead screws in there. They have to be tightened up very good. If not, and you go higher RPMs, then things can go catastrophic. Well, nothing has happened, so don't worry about it too much. In case if you guys think, hey, is the engine destroyed? No, it's not. Everything is fine. I have checked that. I have checked the health of the valve guides. Everything. I have checked everything out. Everything went fine. No leaks. No nothing. The only thing that happened is the valve adjustment screw was gone. It was gone. Luckily, between the valve spring and the valve cover itself, um, no, I said it wrong. Between the valve spring and the cylinder head, there was the nut located. Luckily, it couldn't go anywhere. That was my luck. Now, the nut was there, but there's also a thing you can tighten with the flathead screwdriver. Now, if that pin, which was this large, if that one was coming loose, then it might be another story, because it cannot fit that location. So it will definitely go into the valve springs, and yeah, you guys probably already can guess what could happen then. My cylinder head could be destroyed in that case, but it's not. So we could actually do two things, and was very risky to do. I tell you guys that. Could have gone wrong. With the two misfires, because I had two misfires, one misfire on one cylinder and multiple misfires. I can imagine that on a little bit of higher RPMs. So with this risk, I could do things. I could do, sorry guys, I could do two things. Calling my dad for help, so he came by with some stuff that I needed to get the valve cover off and, repair that piece in the place itself on the parking spot, or we could take the risk, go back home, and repair it there. Now we took option 2. It was going actually pretty smooth as long as I did not put too much throttle on it. It was fine. The taking wasn't that heavy, so that's what we have done. We came home safely. The car was healthy still. Nothing special happened. And we adjusted the screw back on the hot settings of the valve adjustment. And after that, we had a very pleasant drive, and everything went so smooth. And actually, I wouldn't stop driving. I had so much fun yesterday with my best friend, and he was saying, yes, luckily we have solved the problem. And I looked at him and I said, yes, friend, thanks to you, thanks to your information, your thoughts, we could have solved this. Now, of course, I could solve this as well, but of course you have someone with you, and if something is going to happen, you also listen to other person's information. So we have done that, and luckily everything went fine. Now, of course, the only thing I have to do now is drain the complete coolant system again. So because there's water in there and a little bit brownish, again we need a new oil filter, and we need some oil to do so. Now I only have a little bit of oil. I've a little bit of coolant, a little bit more than 1 liter. That's pretty much nothing. That's all I got left. So I need to order, well, let's say 3 liters of coolant. It's not much, so we can easily run the engine on that. That's no problem. Then I do not have any reserves. We need a new oil filter. I mean, that doesn't cost the thing. It's pretty cheap. I mean, this is already my 12th oil filter in between 2022 January until now. It's my 12th oil filter, and the 13th oil filter will still come onto our way. But yeah, I mean, we still have to get 3 liters of coolant, 1 oil filter, and, well, again, 3 liters of oil to make the engine run healthy and smooth again. In this case, I will also take a little bit different kind of oil, a little bit lighter. I think personally I go with 5W40, 5W30 in the summer, or maybe 10W40. We'll see. That are the 2 oils that are actually recommended for this car. Also, I said that the supercharger has been tightened up with its serpentine belt. I still have play left. So if it's not going to work with the turbo pipes that are on there now, I can still tighten it up, and things can go better. Just I have to be careful because of the pulley size. is actually 2.1 onto 1, which is actually too much for my engine. So I definitely need a retune in order to get more horsepower out of it, and I need to get a whole tech um, ECU. Without that, I can't actually do too much, because with that whole tech ECU, um, I can actually do everything with my car. It's pretty expensive. That's definitely for sure, because if you are in a financial crisis and you have to do that, yeah, then it's gonna be pretty expensive. Together with that and some adjustments, I might be able to get my car up to lots of horsepower, and then also things are gonna be a little bit more cheaper to do. Now I could also buy the MPVI2, or maybe even the MPVI3, which is currently not long ago out, to make some horsepower and change stuff, like my duty cycle from the injectors. But I leave that be for now. It's a little bit risky, I think. So that's actually what happened. Now I'm still busy with that video. I need still to make a drive POV, which you will guys see on the end of that video. It's not going to be the smallest one, I can tell you that. It's larger than 30 minutes, but in order to complete the video, I have to do that. Anyways, guys, now this was Tuning Dutchy. I am telling you this so you can already prepare for the video, and I hope you guys liked it. Make a like, subscribe, and I see you guys the next time. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.